their behavior is very complex.
A crisis off our coast.
Literally thousands right here.
They hold a lot of mystery.
Why are the sharks vanishing?
Greatly threatened by the commercial fishery.
70 million sharks a year are killed for shark fins.
No one has ever measured this toxin in a shark fin before. Sharks are very much like us.
Creatures of the deep, looking for our protection. Their health may hold the key to ours.
They're very important for maintaining the balance of our oceans.
CBS 4 takes you face to face with the ocean's top predator. Sharks, dangerous and in danger.
Good evening. I'm Shannon Horry.
And I'm Elliot Rodriguez. Thanks so much for joining us for this CBS 4 News special.
Sharks, we fear them.
But we are also fascinated by them.
This winter, the state of Florida became the first in the country to ban the fishing of tiger and hammerhead sharks.
So why are the sharks disappearing?
Our team of correspondents took to the air and water to find out why.
Take a look. We started 500 feet above Boynton Beach Inlet. It's breathtaking. Each dark spot you see represents a shark up to 20 feet long, no less than 50 feet offshore. By the end of this 47-mile flight, more than 100,000 sharks were counted off this footage.
It's all part of an annual migration underway right now. Here's CBS 4's David Sutta.
But we didn't know if they were staying here all year round.
Dr. Stephen Kessel began experiments to track them. What they found was groundbreaking.
They're snowbirds.
Essentially, yes.
It's a discovery that came from frightening hands-on work, as we saw with Dr. Kessel just off Jupiter. As the sun sets, the team of biologists and volunteers set out their bait. It's an intricate trap to catch the ocean's top predator.
Something's going on.
Within minutes, they have their first catch.
Oh, yeah, he's gonna run, I think.
A lemon shark weighing 400 pounds is tied up with a rope and pulled into the boat.
Oh, she might be pregnant. I think she's pregnant.
They throw a cloth over her face so she can't plot to bite anyone. Then they offer the shark what they call a pacifier.
There you go, stick that in its mouth. Yep, there you go.
A team starts working the shark up, measuring and taking DNA samples.
Push.
The process resembles a NASCAR pit stop, in and out in 6 minutes.
It's rolling.
They repeat it over and over into the early morning hours. Each time, it's dramatic.
Oh, she's going to pull out my hand. I'm going to have to drop that.
Some sharks fight hard, biting anything around them, including the boat. If you listen closely, you can hear it. As the moon rises, the team makes a rare catch.
That dorsal's going to strike. Woo!
A great hammerhead.
She nearly got hammered to the head.
This hammerhead, along with all the other sharks brought aboard, is given a tiny transmitter just beneath her skin.
But anywhere she swims, she can be detected.
The transmitter will track her movement like a GPS.
And it doesn't feel any of this.
No, you see, it's not reacting.
The hammerhead is sewn up.
Push.
And returned to the sea. Kessel explains the danger is worth it.
Now we got to study on that shark for the next 10 years.
They started inserting transmitters in 2007. Since then, they've discovered sharks travel to Florida for warm winter weather starting in January. And by summer are gone. The tags show us sharks travel up and down the eastern seaboard. The tags also show when they are in trouble. Fishermen catching and killing these sharks are required to mail back the tags to biologists. Recent returns show hammerheads and tiger sharks are being wiped out. This winter, Florida, concerned that these massive congregations could lead to tigers and hammers' demise, banned killing them.
Unfortunately, these rules only apply to state waters.
That's 3 miles, exactly where we caught the sharks off Jupiter.
The sharks off Florida will begin disappearing in April. Some will head to the Bahamas. It's just 50 miles away, but a world apart when it comes to shark protections. In the Bahamas, they think of the ocean's top predator as one of us. Once again, here's David Sutta.
Here's what I want.
You could call him the shark whisperer.
Can you do that or no?
But he hardly whispers.
Go look at that shark.
Perhaps he's the shark barker.
That's all he is.
At 74 years old, Dr. Samuel Gruber could be summed up in one word: crazy.
I frankly never thought I'd live past 30. Maybe now, maybe now.
Despite being bit by one, Doc's love for one of the most feared animals in the ocean has driven him to set up the Shark Lab in Bimini. He was forced here when research in the Florida Keys collapsed.
And I watched the population that I worked with dwindle down to nothing due to overfishing.
Today, he's far from nothing. Sharks are everywhere.
We have easily 2 more sharks.
Doc has caught giant tiger sharks for research.
Dorsal fin in your left hand, pectoral fin in your right hand.
He convinces me I need to jump in the water to swim with him.
Go, guys, go! For crap's sake!
I'm nervous. I've never been this close. Nearly twice my size, we glide 80 feet into her world, a glimpse into a side of sharks we never see. Doc describes them as the Buddhas of the ocean.
Tiger sharks have a terrible press. Now it's getting better. Oh, look at the size of that tiger shark.
It's not by chance that Gruber, the biologist, or the sharks are here. For 3 decades, the Bahamas have been protecting the shark.
If we had not, our shark populations would have crashed, just like they have almost everywhere else in the world.
As a result, in the Bahamas, you'll find some of the most diverse shark populations in the world.
Whoa. Hey, buddy!
Dr. Michael Damier has traveled all the way from California to see this animal. He's putting satellite trackers on their fins. We're told this doesn't hurt them.
When he's finning and the tag's out of the water, it can fix a position on where the shark is. The yellow ones are ones that we've had hits from the satellite tag in the last 7 days.
Damier is actually tracking dozens of them on an iPad app in real time.
It's more than just a novelty, you know, it's actually a research tool. If you tag enough animals this way, you can start to figure out their entire life history pattern.
Back at the dock, Gruber is now trying to pull up the most dangerous shark.
They're even more of a top predator than like a great white shark.
The bull shark.
These are designed to prey on sharks.
They are so dangerous, our film crew has to shoot using a camera on a stick.
Here we go.
The Shark Lab catches one.
Let him run, let him run.
Doc trots right up next to him and grabs him by the fin.
These particular sharks are in trouble because look at those nice fins. Boy, the Chinese are going to go wild over those things.
70 million fins are harvested each year for shark fin soup. In search of bigger fins, fishermen now target bigger sharks like these bulls.
Bull sharks are totally unprotected. You can kill as many as you want.
Biologists are growing concerned because it takes sharks 12 years to reach adulthood. Basically, their fishing is unsustainable.
You guys, especially in Florida, should be looking to see what we've done.
The Bahamas, seeing a disaster coming, took a dramatic step this summer to stop it.
Sharks are fully protected in the Bahamas.
Oh, nice size one.
Doc takes us 5 miles out into the ocean to explain why it was necessary.
No doubt about it. He's going to eat that camera.
You would call these shark-infested waters.
You know, we're all propagandized for our entire lives about how bad these things are. The real propaganda is that they're being killed off at a rate unsustainable, and they play a very important role in this reef.
Doc suggests we get in the water again. This time, he'll join us. Wild Caribbean reef sharks dart in from every direction. The sharks are skittish but curious.
We are not in danger. Actually, these are dangerous sharks.
Doc then pets one. It's here Doc explains why we need sharks in the first place.
If the reef sharks disappear, all of the animals being fed on by the reef sharks will tend to proliferate and explode in their numbers.
Sharks keep the ocean in check, something the Bahamas needs for its survival.
Our international boundaries are insignificant to them.
The moment they migrate away from Bimini, they're vulnerable. The Bahamas hopes the U.S. joins them in banning commercial shark fishing.
I try to convince the government of it, but they're more afraid probably of getting sued than they are of what some old crazy shark guy has to say.
And so Gruber, while ever persistent and perhaps crazy
like a fox,
continues his push for the world's most misunderstood animal.
All right, just let him go. Let him go.
Someone is listening to Doc. The United States recently banned the process of catching sharks just for their fin. It It was a big step, but not nearly as big as the Bahamas. Time will tell which country was right. Off the coast of Bimini, David Sutter, CBS 4.
Well, technology is giving us some remarkable real-time insight into sharks and where they travel. The satellite tags biologists are attaching to sharks can actually be tracked using an iPad app called Expedition White Shark. In fact, the transmitter on the tiger shark we saw David Sutter swimming with shows the shark is somewhere in Biscayne Bay right now. Biologists are hoping the real-time data will help them identify areas that are sensitive for sharks, including where they mate and give birth. The information may lead to more effective protections.
If man fears the shark, the reality is the shark should fear man. We want to warn you this video may be disturbing to watch. Shark finning involves catching a shark and slashing off its fin. Sometimes the sharks are thrown into piles, finless, left to a slow death. Others are thrown overboard. The fins are used to make shark fin soup. It is a delicacy served in several parts of the world, especially in Asia. Today in China, a bowl of it can cost between $80 and $300. That means even bigger bucks for fishermen. Shark fins sell for $600 to $800 a pound. Shark finning is banned in U.S. waters.
Still ahead, two medical detectives, both convinced sharks hold critical answers for all of us.
The shark may give us the fundamental clue that allows us to make a great breakthrough.
Find out why they believe sharks could help unlock the mysteries behind crippling diseases like Lou Gehrig's and Alzheimer's.
Plus, how did our crews get so close to the sharks? We'll show you.
The mating rituals of sharks are quite mysterious and rarely captured. Did you know that male sharks have not one, but two reproductive organs called claspers? To mate, they dock alongside a female and use the organ either on their left or right, closest to their mate.
Welcome back to our CBS Moon Special, Sharks, Dangerous and in Danger.
Now, the story of two scientists, call them medical detectives working by land and by sea, finding links between sharks and humans, links that may give us clues to some of the most devastating diseases. Here's CBS 4's chief investigator, Michelle Gillen.
He's the young man in the sea. You can see the water's going on. A rock star scientist who's making waves and headlines over a fish.
Any day that you can see a shark is an amazing day.
A fish he thinks should be considered man's best friend.
Sharks are in a lot of trouble. They need all the help they can get.
To Dr. Neil Hammerschlag and his team, the University of Miami Rosenstiel School of Science, the shark is sending us an SOS.
Attempting to draw blood from this shark.
An SOS over a health threat, not just to sharks, but to man, with links to some of the most devastating diseases.
Toxins that can give you Alzheimer's, dementia, ALS, Parkinson's. Scary stuff.
Just ask his partner back on land in the lab.
This is a first.
World-renowned expert on the human brain, Dr. Deborah Mash.
The shark is giving us a mirror on what's coming into our diet. He's showing us what is out there in the environment that can damage our bodies.
The journey for answers is launched at sea.
Read the number.
Faster, guys.
90!
Push, push, push.
It's a dizzying display of precision that begins with intubating the shark so that water pours through its gills.
For scientists and students, this is the moment of what it's all about. Not only are they tagging their shark, but they're evaluating, they're sampling its blood, even measuring its stress level, all for research that the world will study.
What the team has found in those shark fins, a neurotoxin called BMAA.
We were really surprised on our level of detection of this toxin BMAA in the shark fins, and we found it in all but 3 samples that we tested. The results are really staggering. I never predicted that we would see the incidence of this toxin in the large number of sharks sampled off of South Florida coastal waters.
And why is this toxin so dangerous?
This toxin has been shown to damage neurons. Neurons are the primary building block of the brain.
The toxin has been shown to kill brain cells and has turned up repeatedly in MASH's studies of the human brain, particularly in the brains of victims of Alzheimer's, Parkinson's, and Lou Gehrig's disease.
We're detecting BMAA in the brains of the patients that donated them for research. That's why we're seeing the linkage with Alzheimer's and with Lou Gehrig's disease.
If the shark holds clues to brain-based diseases, it's even more chilling that the shark is threatened today because of a demand for soup made from its fin.
Each and every day, about 270,000 sharks are killed, and that's mainly for their fins to make shark fin soup.
The soup is considered a delicacy, a sign of prosperity in Asian cultures. But the work of South Florida's team of scientific detectives suggests consumers might want to think twice about a food that tradition says will bring you luck.
If you consume shark fin products or you use this in your diet, you're going to be exposed to increasing amounts of BMAA. Repeat exposure throughout the lifespan could put someone at risk for a brain disorder like Alzheimer's and Lou Gehrig's disease.
All this the first chapter of a medical mission looking to unearth clues that link the ocean's top predator, man, and survival.
This is all about human health, and this is all about the risk to human health. And the shark may give us the fundamental clue that allows us to make a great breakthrough.
Michelle Gillen, CBS 4 News.
Still ahead, it's what most people are afraid of, that they'll be eaten by a shark.
Strangest sensations, it's very difficult to describe, but I mean, you knew that you were being eaten by something.
A South Florida man recounts the day he was attacked at sea. Plus, we take you into the world of sharks, a dangerous assignment. CBS 4 cameras were rolling for some of those heart-stopping encounters underwater. How did we do this? We'll show you when we come back.
Did you know that Florida repeatedly leads the nation in shark attacks? But last year, that number was only 11.
I think one of the interesting factors when it comes to shark bites is that a lot of the bites take place because sharks are not clearly seeing what they're biting.
In fact, in the last 130 years, there have been 22 shark attacks in Miami-Dade and Broward counties combined, 18 in the Keys. Only one of those attacks died. But as you move further north up the state, those numbers increase dramatically.
If you've ever wondered what would happen if you were attacked by a shark, you're probably not alone. We met one man who was attacked by a shark and lived to tell about it. 33-year-old Anthony Segrich was spearfishing with his buddies last April, hunting cobia and grouper. He, along with his friends, were about 2 miles off Riviera Beach. We have actual video of that encounter. Anthony says all of a sudden a bull shark came straight for him.
Each time it opened its mouth to readjust its bite, I pushed it a little bit further off, and eventually it let go of the leg. It would have eaten me if my friends weren't there.
Doctors had to use 190 stitches on his leg, but can you believe he was back in the water spearfishing just 6 days after being released from the hospital?
Amazing. Well, this week we've been taking you into the world of sharks off our coastline.
Now, a behind-the-scenes look at some of our most unforgettable moments. Here's CBS 4's David Sutta.
To capture sharks, 3 cameras rolled almost all the time. Above.
Whoa, watch out, that's loose now, it's swinging around.
Below.
Dive it down.
And in your face. Tiny GoPro cameras taking us closer than ever before. By the end of the series, one would not survive. On our first shoot in Jupiter, we found the ocean is unpredictable. From flying fish randomly pelting our cameramen,
come on back,
to giant sharks taking too much interest.
Whoa.
Thankfully, the shark's curiosity faded. Our story took us to the Bahamas in a plane smaller than the family van. Yes, that door is open. Our interview here, Dr. Samuel Gruber, operates at a certain level of went crazy. Definitely the right guy for our story. He took us face to face with sharks.
Go, guys, go! For crap's sake!
Big ones. I was nervous. I didn't know how this tiger shark was going to react when I touched her. This is the third most dangerous shark in the world. This trip down was definitely never planned. It just happened.
One thing I can think of, not John.
This shark is nearly twice my size, and during our 4-minute swim, she could take a bite of me any second. Surprisingly, that was the furthest thing from my mind. It's not until I let go that my emotions took over me. It's not terrifying fear, but a spectacular connection. You are looking at the very moment our shark assignment became too dangerous. All I have to do is say a few lines on camera. The plan is to get in and out fast. Sharks hunt at night, and no one on the team had done this before. As the sharks move in, I back up against the reef wall for safety. All I see are blinding lights. I have no idea how close the sharks are until I hear this. And then it happens. A shark comes inches from my photographer's head. Everything stops. We shoot straight up for the boat. I don't think my flippers even touched the ladder. I just leaped in. A bit shaken up.
I was pushed forward, and I'm assuming that was a shark.
We head home with quite a shark tale and a newfound respect for the ocean's top predator.
Pretty scary. Yeah. Thank you for joining us for this special edition of CBS 4 News.
Join us for all the day's news and more tonight at 11 o'clock. Our thanks to everyone who helped us bring you this special report.